I can go further. You want to keep going on?
I'm Dougie Fresh, and I am hip hop.
I'm Dr. Olajide Williams, and I am Public Health.
We are Hip Hop Public Health.
Hip Hop Public Health is an organization that uses music, animation, and other forms of multimedia to improve the health of our youth.
Yo, you don't need all them fries. Extra large milkshake and apple pie.
Hip hop is my #1 favorite music. So it's quite a surreal experience for me.
I love that.
To be working so closely with people like DMC and Chuck D, and to found an organization with Dougie Fresh, all of whom were my icons growing up.
Just the other day, they see me on the show, didn't know I had style, didn't know I had flow for sure.
I'm not your average doc, but exercise with hip hop, it's all about the move.
I think it's very, very important for us to find creative, out-of-the-box ways to get the message of better health to our communities, to our children, and to inspire them to engage in healthier behaviors that will save their lives.
He don't sound right, then he's doing the show. Sway when he walks, then he's doing the show. Slur when he's talk, then he's doing the show. Call 911, cause it ain't no joke. Now S is for the face, and A is for the arms. S is for the speech, and T is for the time. Time to do what? Call 911.
You recognized the signs of stroke in your own grandmother?
Yeah.
What did you see that made you say to your mom, I think she's having a stroke?
Well, my grandma, she was holding her head, and she was crying, and she could hardly speak.
And all those were things that you had learned in hip hop public health?
Yeah.
And you told your mom, and at first she didn't believe you, but she called 911, didn't she?
Yeah.
And how did it make you feel that something you just learned actually helped you save your grandmother's life?
It felt like exciting.
I decided to get involved with Hip Hop Public Health because I felt that it was something that was necessary at this time. It spoke to the younger generation because it used hip hop as a form of communicating very important information.
So I met Dougie through a patient of mine who was waiting to be tested outside of my lab. I noticed that he was beatboxing, and he told me that he learned how to beatbox from Dougie Fresh. The conversation led from one thing to another, and so when this patient told me that he would introduce me to Dougie, I was literally floating. I remember going home and saying, I'm gonna meet Dougie Fresh, I'm gonna meet Dougie Fresh. And I remember that day on 125th Street. Once we met, the rest is truly history.
I seen him pull up in front of my house and he was playing Shook Ones by Mobb Deep. And I was just so blown away. He had it cranking. Like he had the volume way up. And I was like going like, yo, this guy's for real or what? I could tell it wasn't something that he was doing to impress me because you don't play Shook Ones just to impress somebody. Shook Ones is not the kind of song you play. You know what I mean? If somebody was trying to impress you, they may play Get Jiggy with it or something like that. He had Shook Ones on at least 10 or 12. I said, okay, this dude is for real with this hip hop thing. This is the hip hop doc. I could tell that we were gonna do some magical, creative, impactful things to just change the game completely.
Mr. Burger, I'm not trying to dish you, but I probably wouldn't miss you if the salad was the issue.
Dougie is an incredible guy in terms of being in an industry and being exposed to so much excess, and yet remaining very disciplined about his health. You know, he's a vegetarian, a pescatarian, and he does eat fish, but he's a very serious one. He pays great attention to his food. It's very refreshing to me as a physician, not only to work with a hip-hop artist on a project like this, but to work with an artist who actually walks the talk.
I do believe in you are what you eat.
I really feel like Doug is a brother, and he's the older brother I never had. I mean, it's been a really incredible experience to walk this journey with him.
I don't think you understand who this guy really is. I don't think you understand how serious the hip hop doc is. But we're gonna show you right now. Here it goes.
Preaching for the city of Mecca, visit Medina. Visions of Nefertiti, and I've seen her. Mind keeps traveling. I'll be back after.
Hold on, no, hold on, man.
Come on.
Hold on, man.
You stopping my flow.
You're giving him too much, man. You're giving him too much, man. You're giving him too much.
Yo, my kids are gonna be so embarrassed, but that's okay. We're having fun.